Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to talk about the three stocks I have on watch going into the market tomorrow. The first one we're going to touch on is CrowdStrike. So, CrowdStrike actually had earnings, and they actually did well off of earnings, but the reaction to those earnings was very, very weak. You can see that CrowdStrike has been putting in a nice rising support and a nice flag, but we did break down from that flag today. So, one thing I will be watching if the market is strong tomorrow, there is potential that we bounce back for a potential retest of this breakdown point. So, that at the current moment puts us around the 188.69 level. So, if we do bounce back there, I do think at that point provides a nice risk to reward ratio to play the downside as long as we reject off of this level. Now, once again, with breakdown charts, there is no guarantee that they will retest their breakdown point. So, if that is the situation, this very well could continue down. So, this is one I will be keeping on watch. The 1 hour chart right now is giving us the potential that we are just putting in another short term flag. So, we could have some further continuation going into the market tomorrow, given the fact that futures are down as well. This is one to keep on watch as a potential swing over the next few days, next few weeks. If we bounce back, 188.69 provides a good, nice risk reward ratio. If we don't bounce back, then I expect us to continue to fade to around this 170 level going forward. Now, once again, bear flags that break down on high volume could see an extended move down, just like we saw back in here. We had another. This was a rising wedge, but this was a bear flag, and you can see what happened after it broke down. We're getting a very similar setup now to what has happened back here. So while I don't necessarily have any exact price targets for you to the downside, I personally would keep an eye on this 168 level. I would keep another eye on this 153 level for the market, or I'm sorry, for CrowdStrike, as it has respected those levels previously. The second chart that I want us to talk about is Blink. So Blink at the current moment, if we throw it on the 1 hour chart, I know there's a lot of lines here, but they're all with purpose. Blink is putting in a falling wedge. For those of you who are not as familiar with TA, a falling wedge pattern often is a bullish pattern of continuation. It normally looks like this. We have an uptrend, we have consolidation, and normally it breaks to the upside and continues higher. So as you can see here, we have an uptrend, we have consolidation, and if the falling wedge plays out, this should break to the upside. Now, once again, just because this is what the technical side of things is, does not mean it has to break to the upside. So if this ultimately does not break to the upside above the 21.95 level, and it ultimately breaks down under 2087, there is potential that it will come down and fill its gap between $19 and $18.27. But if it can break and get above 21.95, there's potential for it to run up and fill the gap at 24. So this is a stock I am watching for either direction going into the market tomorrow, whether it's a breakout above 21.95 or whether it's a breakdown under 20.78. If it breaks down, targets of 19. If it breaks out, targets of 24. The last chart I want us to talk about is Deere. Okay? Deere. Deere currently has been holding this nice uptrend. You can see it's held this nice uptrend, and it is actually breaking down from that uptrend now. So you can see on the daily, it has been holding this nicely, and we have broken down at this point. So the chart is telling us that there is more downside to go on this name, and you can see it's breaking out on higher volume. So with that, I expect Deere to provide a nice short sell entry, especially once we get this 9 EMA to cross under the 21 EMA, just like we did here. You can see what happened afterward. So while this is a little bit of a preemptive play, given the fact that the EMAs have not crossed over just yet, I think this provides a nice short sell entry fairly soon, given the fact that this has broken its support. So these are the three stocks I'm going to be watching in the market tomorrow and for Friday. So I hope this helped you out. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more of these, and I greatly appreciate you spending some time hanging out with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.